Yes. So overall, from the songs that we heard here, with the other ones that you're going to sprinkle on the album, how would you say the tone? How would you compare the song to your previous albums? Not the song, the album. How would you rate this album to your previous?
I mean, to me, I try not. It really is the art of getting out of your way of yourself, and I really try not to judge them or measure them. But if I had to say something different, there's always a theme of the records. If you know, it's like Music Fan First. If you really listen to it, it's about the wrestling match of emotions in all aspects.
Right.
You know, old fling calling and returning. Like, do I even waste time seeing her or dealing? Hunger. Perfect example is, you know, it really was. That was like two people. It was like really the conversations that I was having with my friends who were wrestling with things, and it was like that whole album was really put into where like Esoteric was an album about pain. If you really listen to it, you could tell I was hurting in that record, you know. And with this record, it's probably like I almost want to say betterment lessons, like the betterment of love, or just trying to get to different places. A lot of this album is more about like self-healing and stuff. There's a song called Male Ego that, you know, we didn't play, but it's like, do you want to lose this girl because of your male ego? You know, and how much time we got to let the like tough persona go sometimes, you know. And, you know, we got to save something for the album, you know. But you know, it's like, I think that's the tone more from a lyrical standpoint. It's more of like lessons a little more than the previous records.
Okay. Demo, we have a question from live stream. I know that's kind of...
Absolutely.
What was that question?
I am going to pull it up because...
And while Demo's pulling up that question, did anyone have a question here? Real quick, Rhonda Thomas in the building. Rhonda Thomas, you about to leave? I'm about to fall over. You about to leave? Okay, Rhonda, let me real quick. I like to do plugs, and you know I do plugs. If you go to Jodine'sQuarter.com and click on events, you'll see that Rhonda Thomas is having a listening party on February 5th at Quad. And it's her DVD release as well.
Congrats.
Thank you.
All right.
This was fun, Eric. Thank you.
February 5th. February 5th, Rhonda Thompson, listen Quad.
At the Quad. Say it because I want you to endorse that.
Rhonda sing her face off. Rhonda Thomas will have a listening party at the Quad February 5th. For her live DVD that she recorded, hosted by Jodine. everywhere Jodine comes, it becomes her corner. Right.
Clothes by Vintage Soul, Yadida Clothing. That's right.
I respectfully say this because we're taping right now with Eric Roberson. I would love to.
I wonder why.
I would love to wrap my vocals. I'd love to wrap my vocals around her artistry. Respectfully.
Okay, so one more question from live stream. Okay, one more question from live stream. If you don't mind.
Miss Janetta A wants to know if he does any tours overseas, and if there's a difference between overseas fans and U.S. fans.
So, is there a difference between overseas fans and your U.S. fans?
There's a difference between the male fans. I'll say that. The female fans, I'll probably say they're pretty much the same. But the male, you'll have a guy in the front row singing, like, I mean, 6'4", 235. You know what I'm saying? Right, with like a rugby, you know, jacket on, like literally in tears, like so many obstacles get in the way. I love you, Eric. You know, and it's like, but it just be completely like straight up like, you know, I'm here with my wife and we have 4 kids together. But he'd be in there like, you know, he'll be like, two people, this is my song, dude, you know. And here, you know, we try to be cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you know what I'm saying? But there they let it out. And the women are probably the same. We tour Europe, we tour France, We toured Japan. We've been to Russia. You know, we really get out there. So if you're not on the mailing list, go to Eric Roberson Music. Sign the mailing list. EricRobersonMusic.com. Sign the mailing list so that we can also let you know when we're coming to your town.
Okay, one more question from the...
Praise God.
I would like to know, can we just get a remake of Just a Dream on the album? Just a snippet or a bonus track? Because I'm just tired of screaming at every concert. Just a Dream. I'm just saying.
We need to do that. So, you know, and let me say the headache that we have, the beautiful headache that we have is that because these albums have been independent, and just now we just recently, like with the last album, we hired a radio person and we actually defined what the first single was and whatever, but we really never know what the singles are going to be. So like from Esoteric to The Vault or whatever, we're literally, in regions, we change certain songs up. DC, we kind of have to do The Moon. DC, we kind of have to do Just a Dream. You know, there's certain songs that you kind of got to do in certain regions because of maybe what airplay was. But we really, when we're in the dressing room trying to figure out the set list, we're like racking our brains. I mean, we give you guys probably on average 13, 14 songs in an hour and a half to 2 hour show. And, you know, we're wrestling with that. Like, do we put Just a Dream? Because if you put do you take Softest Lips out and put Just a Dream? Do you take Dealing out and put, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's funny, with every album that you do, you got to add more songs to the set list. But yet, like, you know, so that, if you notice on the last show in Atlanta, we medley, like, you know, like, you know, we're going to be like Medley World now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know what, because we kind of do the show in the encore, you know what I'm saying? Our show is kind of like, I mean, if you timed the Atlanta show, it had to be pushing 2 hours.